Welcome. Welcome to Touching the Edge. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In getting together with you, it's such a privilege and an honor for me. I really just feel it right here. This space is really the seat of joy. This space right here. And so I feel an incredible joy in the opportunity of getting together with you. And today, we're talking about having the power of doing things for their own sake, really making our actions really, really powerful. And I want to suggest to you that one of the ways that we do that is by firing the boss. First of all, I love being a little bit silly. I love being a dork, and I love having a sense of humor. And so, firing the boss, that just sounds funny to me. But the boss that I'm talking about firing is the inner critic. Imagine having an unfair boss, a critic who's an unfair critic. And we've all had that happen. We've sometimes had challenging bosses. Maybe we've even at times had difficult relationships with our parents. Maybe our parents have been an unfair critic. Maybe you've had a parent that might have been tough for you to even learn how to drive. If you were in the car with them, you felt really nervous about driving, or it might be a partner, or whatever it might be. But what I want to suggest is that one of the things that we tend to do is we gradually incorporate that critical inner critic, that unfair critic that tends to put too much pressure on us. And it would be different if this inner critic was actually working in a way that made us better, but it actually dampens our enthusiasm. It damages our self-esteem and makes it harder for us to accomplish sometimes even basic things. And so I want to suggest that we want to fire that critic, not by shaming or judging that critic. We want to step out of shaming. We want to step out of blaming and complaining. And we want to step out of it with that critic. We don't want to just criticize the critic. What I'm suggesting to you is that that inner critic is really representing a wounded part of our own nature, a wounded part of our own psyche. We fire that critic by changing the frame of it and having compassion for the underlying reason for it, but remembering that the real point is thriving, and you're not going to thrive through the lens of that critic. So interrupt that process. When you feel that critical nature coming, activate the speed bumps. Say positive framing. Say it 3 times in a row. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. Things are working out. Things are working out. Things are working out. Activate positive framings. Get into your body. Work with the 10 state changers. Do those things that help to neutralize that nervous energy that funds the critic. And then sit and pay attention. Be patient, because your intuition is going to show up and it's going to ignite your own version of genius. I'm going to ring the bell now. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. So here we go. Firing this inner critic is not firing, it's releasing it and stepping into the relationship to our own true authenticity. It's a radiance, it's a light that shines from the very essence of who you are. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you again soon. Have a wonderful day.